It's about this woman right here that you see behind me. She goes by the name of Natalie Monroe, and she's been doing a wild social experiment. Okay. Now, this experiment is her calling churches. This was during the government shutdown. Well, I guess we're still shut down, but technically the vote goes in tomorrow. And that's actually what I was gonna do a video. Hold on a second, y'all. My bad. Let me tell her I'm live. My bad about that. So boom. So I was watching this video, and it's her doing a social experiment, and she's calling a bunch of churches and she's asking them for food. There's a government shutdown going on right now, so it's the perfect time for you to do this experiment. You know what I mean? Because food is low, everybody knows that. And to my absolute surprise, I was flabbergasted. Most of the churches said no. Okay, like a lot of condescending attitudes over the phone. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, like me, I know I'll die right now, nigga. Like I'll get a heart attack right now if a woman came up to me with a crying baby, even if it was a wrong fucking number, bro. Like, yo, oh, sorry, I was trying to. Oh, what, you need some food? Is that the baby in the background? Hold on a second. I got $5 for a can of baby food, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, God damn, bro. I know for a fact I would give it up. You know what I mean? For a church not to do that, I got to give you the side eye. And then I started to think even deeper and deeper. And I said to myself, because remember, I was going to do a government shutdown video. I was going to talk about, really, I was going to say, like, yo, like, the Democrats caved in. It was going to be a whole spiel. But then I just totally got derailed, bro. Like, totally got derailed. And I said to myself, yo, if you really think about it, this whole government shutdown is a giant social experiment on all of us. And it should show us all that we're cannibals. Like once resources get low, all that, yo, come together, look out for your neighbor, look out for your brother. All that goes to the dumpster. You understand? Because if a church is doing that, what is a regular person gonna do? You know what I mean? I mean, not to say, I mean, I still, anyways, like I hold the church in high regard, and it breaks my heart to see stuff like this. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I haven't been, actually, no, I've been to church recently, but on some, like, whatever. Like, I don't go to church as much as I used to or whatever. But I feel like when I do go, it's because of the community that's there. Like, it's not even really like, I don't need to go to church to tap in with the divine. Like, to be honest with you, I don't. If anything, the way especially after seeing this video, it's like, damn, like, you really don't need to do that. But regardless, though, I go there for the community, for the nostalgia, for the people or whatever. And I know that's not the right reasons, but that's the reasons I go, whatever. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get some gems. I leave what I don't need, and I take what I do. But after looking at this woman's social experiment, bro, that shit broke my heart. Like, I could understand if there was like a rap, like if people was scamming churches for baby formula, which is not, like, the lady literally said, yo, I don't want money. I do not want money. Give me baby formula. Like, you guys can go buy it. I'll come by and pick it up. They said no, they denied that request. And like, I could never, yo, bro, I wouldn't sleep on Jesus fucking Christ. I wouldn't go to sleep that night if somebody said, yo, my baby hasn't eaten since last night and it's 1 p.m. Could you give me $5 for some baby food? Or could you go to the store with me and get some baby food? So I see all that, bro, and that shit kind of break my heart or whatever. But then after that, I got angry. I got pissed, right? Because I said to myself, yo, this government shutdown is some cannibalistic shit. And I'm going to break down to you why. If you really think about it, the government is shut down right now because people are saying, if I got to pay more in healthcare, you got to pay more in healthcare. That's the reason why the government is shut down. Period. If you boil it down, the government is shut down because healthcare subsidies are not going to go through. Healthcare subsidies are going through for some people, and then other people are getting their healthcare premiums raised. Instead of being mad at the person who can't afford healthcare, you wouldn't turn around and be mad at the president or the people in power for not subsidizing you as well. You got to think what I'm telling you right now, because this is important. So I can't afford this to get lost in translation. I cannot afford for this to get lost in translation. Pay attention. Instead of being mad at the people we put in charge, in power, to govern us, resources, organize everything, instead of being mad at them, you're mad at the poor person who can't afford health care. Who remember, I grew up in the era. I grew up in the era where people was dying from cancer because they could not, because of the cancer, because they couldn't afford the treatment. I remember the documentaries. I remember the stories. I seen them. I seen them do it. That's some cannibalistic shit, bro. That's some real cannibalistic shit. What up, Rehan? Like, it's some barbaric shit. And then, like, it really, like, I went from feeling like, first I was shocked when I seen that woman's video. Then I was sad. You know what I mean? When you thought deeper about it. And then I got angry because I'm like, oh, she's only doing this because of the government shutdown. It makes sense. People need food. And it's just like, for the church to turn their back on her. And then after that, you look at at the whole scope of things. And you're like, because I was on live. I think it was on YouTube. I was on live and I was chopping it up with y'all. You know what I mean? Some of y'all was in the building. We was all chopping it up, cracking jokes, cooling. And somebody said, yo, easy, the Affordable Care Act raised my premiums. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't fall in that bracket, then you're going to pay more. And I remember saying to this person, like, yo, you should be more mad at the politicians for sending your money to Israel. That money that they sending over there, they could have gave it to you. You know what I mean? That money they sending to Ukraine. Like, and then I said to myself, yo, for a bunch of people who don't like foreigners, y'all have no problem sending your money to foreign countries, which blows my mind, bro. This blows my mind. And then I thought about it even more, how cannibalistic we are. I said to myself, most of the people that's going to get affected by these premiums going up live in Republican states. They live in red states. This would have been your chance, your opportunity to say, yo, Donald Trump, stop sending that money over there. Give it to us for healthcare. That would have been the perfect move, the perfect opportunity. But instead, you look at it as, oh nah, like it's like a cult. It's like a nah. This is what the play is, and this is what we're doing. Mind you, the play is against you. The play is against you. Like, to be honest with you, I like people are mad at the Democrats. I felt like they could have stood firm a little bit. But then when you break it down, like, it's like, oh, all right, like most of y'all are Republicans that are gonna get hit anyway. So it's just like I can see why they're like, yeah, fuck it, like we're just gonna end the fight or whatever. Even though I felt like they could have did more, but it's just like, golly, bro, like it's so cultish right now. It's scary. I'm literally watching people cut off their nose to spike their face. I'm watching it happen. I seen them do it. And to be honest with you, bro, like it's sad, bro. Like, it is sad. Like, I just seen that video, and then she called a mosque though, and the mosque gave her the food right away. You know what I mean? She called a mosque, and the mosque gave her the food right away. What happened? Whew, oh my gosh. Basically, this is what's going on in a nutshell. If you're just now pulling up, right? There's a woman who's going viral. Every video is 100K and up views. She's calling churches. She's at her 42nd church right now, and she has a crying baby in the background, and she's asking them for food. 1 can of baby formula. Out of the 42 that she's called so far, only 9 of them has offered her baby formula, right? And so that's what we're talking about. But more so, I wanted to get a little bit deeper in it. Oh, I know, that's crazy, right? But here's the thing. But that's not it, though. That's not the only thing. I thought about it, and I said to myself, wait a minute. This government shutdown is exposing everything to be a social experiment. Like you got to think about it, right? People instead of people be like, "Yo, come together." Like, "Yo, man, like we let's come together. Let's build a community." When resources are low, we got to look out for each other. But that's not what happened. I watched a bunch of people get on social media and say, "Yo, I'm about to run up in this store and steal some food." I watched news networks portray single black mothers of 4+ kids as if they're the only ones on food stamps to push a certain narrative. You understand? Like I'm watching Trump being like, "Yeah, man, like if you couldn't go to work because you didn't have enough money to pay for your kids' health care, then you're gonna what did he say? He said he's gonna dock some pay, or he said something. He said something about them. Like as like I'm watching everybody turn into cannibals. You understand? So it had me and nigga all in white live wearing them exactly, and they love him. They love him, and actually to even more so the people that's gonna get affected. And I just found this out: the people that's gonna get affected the most by these higher premiums are in the red states. You understand? So instead of seeing a poor person getting something and being like, "Damn, man, I wish I had that too," they look at that poor person and said, "If he got it, then I gotta have it. And if I can't have it, then he can't have it either." That was the big beef I had with the student loan debt. People was against a lot of people was against forgiving student loan debt, not because of because they thought it was going to raise like the not insurance, like it was going to cause inflation, or their tax dollars was going to go to other people's student loan debt. They was mad because they didn't receive a debt relief. That gotta be the most. I'm sorry, bro. I don't talk shit about people, but you're a sucker if you're the type of person to see somebody else have it and say, "If I can't have it, you can't either." I've always looked at, even to this day, I look at people who are rich, people who have stuff that I don't have, and I look at that as motivation. I research and I try to figure out, yo, how did they get that? That's all. I've been like that since a kid. I've been like that since a baby. I've on Jesus fucking on my life, on my soul, like. For as far as I know, I don't have a jealous bone in my body. Not one. I don't even understand. I don't understand how somebody can get upset with somebody else for having something that doesn't belong to them, that they didn't work for, or that they just don't have, period. I've never understood that on my life. They're going to do some research and they're going to find like a jealousy gene or something like that. I know they are, because I don't understand y'all. You understand? So anyways, so back to the point. What I was saying, that Trump 2028 and beyond. I'm pretty sure they're trolling. Blue. I'm pretty sure you're trolling. But if you're not, that's another way you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. Because what happens is, and I'm not gonna get too sidetracked because I'm pretty sure you're trolling. But I engage with everybody. You know what I mean? But that goes against everything that America is about. You understand? Because once somebody knows that they can't leave office, that gives them a green light to do whatever the hell they want. When they have the pressure of knowing that they gotta leave, they act a little bit different. You understand? Like you should read a history book if you think Trump should be the president for forever. You know what I mean? And this is it. And that's why I say, yo, the things that scare me most about Trump is not himself. It's the supporters. It's the Trumps. I've never seen America like this in my life. In my life, I've never seen that. And so for people to be like, "Yeah, I want him to be a president forever," it's like, oh, okay, like you're in a cult. You're in a cult. You gotta be. You know what I mean? Because anyways, whatever. I don't want to get sidetracked, but shout out to the trolls. You know what I mean? I shout out to the trolls, period. Exactly. So anyways, back to what I was saying, because it's very important. Like, this is too important. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know what the trending topic is right now, but nigga, I'm this is what's trending in my world. You understand? So instead of looking at somebody and being like, "Yo, you know what? How did you get that? Oh, the government gave you that healthcare subsidy. Hey, yo, government, can I get a healthcare subsidy? I see all the money you sending over to Israel and Ukraine. How about you give me some of that money? We don't like foreigners anyway. Remember?" Instead of saying that, they turn around and they say, no, he shouldn't have that. Let him die from cancer, because that's what happens. Let's be very, very clear. The insurance companies they were literally letting people pass away, transition to another life because they didn't have money. The illness did not take them off the planet. It was the fact that they didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars. There are people that have kids that are sick right now who need 24-hour service, who need care all the time. These people, instead of getting something for themselves, holy shit, instead of getting something for themselves, they'd rather take something away from somebody else. And it's not even like they're taking it. They just want to see that person lose it. Because it's not like once that person loses their health care, your premiums are going to go down. That's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. I promise you. If you think the Affordable Care Act raised your because somebody said this on my live last time. Shout out to, I forgot who it was, but shout out to you. And I'm going to get to y'all comments in a second. If you think that, like, you watch your premiums go up when the Affordable Care Act got into play. If you think when they reverse it, your premiums are going down, bro, I'll cash app you on my life. I'll cash app you. I'm not even gonna take this video down. I will send you $50. You gotta prove it to me though. You gotta be like, yo, this was my bill. This was my bill before the shit, and this is my bill now. I'll cash app you $50. 3 people, give me 3. I'll send you $50 on my life. Hold me to it. There's no way. They're not gonna do that. So it's like you'd rather see somebody lose their health care just because you don't have it. That's some cannibalistic shit. That's some cannibalistic. And that's why I'm like, yo, we living in a cannibalistic world. Hold on. I literally live in a community where kids walk around to the liquor stores asking for food and water. It's wild, really. Yeah, you know what? I used to be under the impression that there was no starving. There was a myth going on that actually it was the whole Charlie Kirk situation that kind of that brought it to light. I thought there was no starving people in America. I'm not gonna lie. Even I've repeated that. Like, yo, ain't nobody starving in America or whatever. But apparently there is. Well, it's not really starving. It's like food insecurity. Like it's not like you're dying from actual starvation, but because you don't have the right nutrition, like you're pretty much dying, which is technically like damn near the same thing. So I kind of just learned that. So you know what I mean? Like there are people in this country that need stuff that really need these resources, and people don't want to give it to them. And at first, like, cause me, like I always say this, I'm a blue collar worker. You know what I mean? My back hurt, my knees hurt. I don't want to give my money to nobody that I don't feel like giving my money to. You know what I mean? But if somebody's dying, like if somebody really needs it, like I have no problem giving it up. If a mother has a crying baby who hasn't eaten since last night and it's 1 p.m. right now, please take my last $5 in my pocket and go get your baby some baby food. I'm gonna figure it out. And that's how it's supposed to be. But when you see churches turning their back on people just because they're not a member of the church, and it almost seems like that was like kind of like a cop out or whatever, because now I'm like, yo, like what if she said she was a member but then she'd have to prove it? But when I see stuff like that, it's like, damn, we really in a cannibalistic society. I'm trying to buy a bottle and see a gang of 8-year-olds kids, bro, like, oh, a gang of 8-year-olds. That's crazy. And but you know, if they're that young, to be honest, and then see but that's when I get upset, though. That's when I kind of get upset. And this is why, because 8 years old on the street begging for food, I'm pretty sure the parents had that kid when they were poor still. Like the kid was like the parent was already poor, and then they had a kid, and now the kid is poor as well. And then I see that and I'm like, nah, nigga, y'all gotta figure it out, bro. Stop having kids, let them suffer, they'll figure it out. You understand? Like, to me, I don't like, even though it's fucked up, and I don't blame the 8-year-old, but it's just like, you know, like, nigga, we can't save everybody. Like, if I have to pick, I want to save the baby that needs formula, or the person that's dying on the table from cancer. You know what I mean? It's just like irresponsibility isn't what I want to be responsible for. I just want to be responsible for people that really need it because they're in a circumstance that they couldn't control. You understand? And there's levels to that as well. You understand? So I'm looking at, oh my gosh, like food stamps is off the table. Like people are going crazy. Yeah, this is the time. I swear to God, like, yo, this is the time we all got to come together. And I'm seeing all of this on social media. I'm like, oh, yeah, nah, we the last of a dying breed. People don't think like that no more. You understand? Insurance will never go down. Exactly. It will never go down. And that's why I feel so comfortable saying I'm a cash app you. If you, bro, if you want $50, I mean, whatever. $50 is not that much money. But, hey, if you go somewhere and you're $50 short, you're going to get it. That's how I know they will never bring it down. Like my insurance, Look at your car insurance. When was the last time? The only way to get cheaper car insurance is to go to another competitor. You understand? Like that's the only way. Like no insurance company is ever gonna be like, yo, here, oh my gosh, yo, you know what? Your shit just went down, bro. Like we just got so much money over here. We're giving it back to the people. It just doesn't happen, bro. It just doesn't happen. It's not the kid's fault. Absolutely not. It's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. It's absolutely not the kid's fault. You know what I mean? Like I blame. That's why I blame y'all. But the kids still gotta suffer though. The kid still gotta suffer if the parent is bringing that kid into a bad situation, and that's kind of messed up. You understand? Like I don't know, for them 8-year-old kids or whatever, I wouldn't give them money. Who's that? ICA. I wouldn't give them money. I'd literally go in that liquor store and get them some food or some candy. You know what I mean? Like, yo, here. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. Like I keep a bag of Mountain because I don't drink Mountain Dew, and I don't remember. I bought a bunch of Mountain Dew for a party or whatever that I was having, but it got canceled, and so I keep the bag of Mountain Dew and like snacks inside my truck. Whenever I see a homeless person or somebody on the street asking for money, I give them a can or I give them the food or whatever because I just don't want to give you money or whatever because it's just like that's not, for the most part, that's not what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Not for that, because I don't know what your situation is. But if I know what your situation is, then I'm more likely to do that. But it's just like, golly, um, it's crazy. We need more socialism in this country. Yeah, like I think we just need more. I think we need more community. I think we need more community. You know what I mean? I don't. I wish we could pick and choose what we could like. You know what we should have? We should have like brackets. They should have brackets in your taxes. You know what I mean? Like, okay, where do you want? Oh, damn, my hand's cramping. Where do you see? That's why my life, my thumb just cramped right now because I was drilling all day. I was like doing a bunch of shit with my hand. So it's like I'm over here sitting with a cramping thumb on my shit. Like I don't want to give the money that I work hard for, my cramping thumb, to just anybody. I only want to give it to the people in need. You understand? Like that's really what I want to do. And you know, and you know it's funny because at this, like I said, I don't want to be responsible for people's irresponsibilities. You understand? So it's just like it's not the kid's fault. True. But if you think like 30% of what I make is gonna go to somebody who just keeps on popping out babies and they know they poor, then bruh, like what are we on right now? You understand? Like, there's a problem with that. There's a big, big problem with that. You know what I mean? Like blue collar workers feel it work. Like I'm not sitting behind a desk. You understand? I'm not typing on a computer. Not to say that y'all should, you know what I mean? Everybody works hard for their money, but at the same time, like my body's on the line. Like I don't want to put my body on the line for somebody who's irresponsible. You know what I mean? I'm willing to do that for somebody who's in real need. I know a chick right now. I'm not even gonna say her name. She's not my friend. She's a friend. She's a friend of Duops. Actually, she's a family member of Duops. And I'm just like, I probably shouldn't have even said that. You know, I'm just gonna let her go. But regardless, though, it's just like there are people out there, and I know in real life that are literally on their sixth kid right now, and they on all type of benefits. And I'm just like, yo, like that's so horrible. Not only like even if I remove myself from that position, it's just like you're probably in a bad neighborhood. You're probably eating bad food. Like it's just like why subject your kid to that, bro? Like if I had a kid, I could never. You feel me? Um, I'm for assistance programs if the people on it have job requirements. Yes, not required to look for a job. They're given work to keep the benefits. Oh, they are. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go do some community. Yo, all the stuff that need to get fixed. Learn a trade. Fix a pothole or something. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many things that we could do with these people. Like, I actually like that idea. Forget because sometimes you gotta like if you're on assistance, you gotta look for. Like you gotta look for work. Like you gotta show them the job applications. Like, okay, no. If the government is giving you money, then the government can give you a job too to do some shit that the government like they have people cleaning up highways. Like if you like you do whatever you gotta do. You know what I mean? Like sweep something up, fix a pothole. I don't know, do something. Do something. Rake some leaves. I don't know, plow something. Oh, probably not plow something. Like shovel some snow or do something. I actually like that idea. That's pretty smart, as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? Because we all complain about the same thing. You know what I mean? Like you ain't gotta fucking slave it out, but 2 3 hours a day, or even bro, 3 days a week, 5 hours a shift. What's wrong with that? 3 days a week, 5 hours a shift, 15 hours a week. What's wrong with that? Nobody else can work 15 hours a week and afford to live. That's still a benefit. And it make me feel better too. Like, oh, all right, so my taxes are going to this. Cool. Instead of that. You understand? Oh, my bad. Damn, everybody. Oh, wow, this person's speaking Russian. I don't know what they're saying. Give your work, give you work to do, and also have access to a career counselor to help upward mobility. Yeah, yeah. But so I agree. I agree with that. Let me say that. I agree, period. That also makes me think of people. There are people who just aren't motivated. You understand? Like there are people who just aren't motivated, and you got to force them to do something in order for you to get the bare minimum out of them. You know what I mean? Sometimes a lot of these resources are better spent on people that have the right motivation to get the job done, because these resources got to get paid some way somehow. And that's why like I get and this kind of speaks to like I hate after school like not after school programs. I hate like people be like, "Oh, it's a horrible neighborhood. Let's build a community center or a basketball gym instead of a parenting class." You understand? So I just like some resources just aren't necessary because people aren't going to use them the way you think they're going to use them. You got to force them to do some shit. You know what I mean? But I like your thoughts though. In a perfect world, it would work, but America's far from perfect. 15 hours is weak. 15 hours a week is love. Yeah, facts. You're enslaved for the profit of someone else with no option. That's why I started my own business and get my own money. Yeah, you have to be paid less than the value to add to the product. Ah, that's a fact. You have to be paid less than you are worthy, less than your worth by nature. Otherwise, you aren't profitable to the company. Well, to the first part, I definitely agree with that. You know what I mean? Like the whole reason why I wanted to go independent, or the whole reason why I'm independent is because I don't want my life, my family. It's actually COVID. COVID that really did it. Once I realized, I was like, oh nah, my whole everything that I have is dependent on this dude's company. I was like, nah, fuck that. There's too much control over my life. But I don't want to talk down though. You know what I mean? Like y'all do your thing. That was just me or whatever. I said, nah, I kind of can't afford to have somebody have like I'd rather make less, which actually no, sometimes it is less actually. I'd rather make less, but be in control of everything than work and make more, and then just one day they just kick you out the door, and now you're looking for somebody else to give you an opportunity instead of making one yourself. You can't let yourself down. Yeah, I mean, like somebody will let you down before you let yourself down. Oh wow, you're speaking. Y'all gotta translate that for me. I don't know what old boy's saying. Um, and some people were never given an opportunity to have the right people around them. True. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that's a fact. That's a dope idea, actually. Yeah, no, I thought that idea was really fire. I'm not gonna lie. Take it, man. Emma B says if the raw materials for the teddy bear cost $5 and it sells for $10, you added $5 worth of value to that item. You don't get paid $5, otherwise the company wouldn't profit. Yeah, yeah, no, that's a fact. But usually people aren't just making one teddy bear though. They're making but like I get what you're saying though. But like they're probably making like 20 teddy bears at $5. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. But you know what it is? You gotta there. How should I put this? There's so much that goes with doing your own thing to where like sometimes I'll be looking at it, I'll be like, damn, bro, like sometimes I kind of do want to just do my 8 and skate. You know what I mean? 8 hours and skate out the door rather than working 24 hours or more. You know what I mean? Like some people just aren't built for it, and other people just get tired of it. But I get what you're saying though. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. But I wouldn't, you know what I look at it? I look at it like what are you paying? Like how much is your expenses? Like that should be the value. So like if you're making $5, like you said, like if you're making $5, like if the company is not gonna give you what they should give you. But if what they do give you is enough to maintain your lifestyle and pay your bills, then I think that's not that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? As long as nobody's getting taken advantage of, I think that's okay. Straight up at that. Oh shit, I gotta send my bro some money. Actually, I just thought about that. You know what I mean? Some people do people good. You know what I mean? Like for instance, like I try to do the best I can. Whenever I have somebody come on the job, I'm like, yo, I try to do the best I can. You know what I mean? Like, but not everybody thinks like that because at some point people are just looking to get more and more and more money, and they taken away from the people that's working with them. There are no. Oh wait, we how we talk. Wait, we talking about how people can't eat and the government is failing us right now. Yeah. No, that's a fact. That is what we talking about. Um, these are conversations that need to be had. Not everyone wants to be rich. Some people just want to live in a world where community is more cohesive rather than focusing on themselves. Now, that's a fact. That's a fact. I agree. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, but like my man said, like, you know what I mean? Like, originally, like, when I seen this lady's video, and then I realized, like, and no. The government isn't, let me tell you something. The government isn't failing us. We failing ourselves. That's a fact. The government, the government is failing us because we're allowing it to fail us. Like for instance, this is a perfect example. This government shutdown is the perfect example. You have the government not trying to subsidize healthcare for some people. Like if MAGA and Republicans, because the Republicans are in power right now, if they ended up putting pressure on the government to give those subsidies to everybody. I don't care where you got to get the money from because the money's around. You got money to send everywhere else. If they was able to get subsidies for themselves, that's like that's them making the government work for them. But when they don't say nothing, in fact, not only don't they say nothing, they, like I said in the beginning, they talk down on the people that don't have anything. Bruh, is are you failing yourself or is the government failing you? You know what I mean? Like I feel like we do it to ourselves. We doing it to ourselves. You feel me? But anyways, damn, my legs falling asleep. It's a crazy situation, man. I don't know what's shaking and baking. 32 minutes is enough for me. But I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I mean? Like things are horrible right now. I'm not gonna hold you, but anyways, that's all like we are falling because of a system that was designed so that we fail. Or we are failing because of a system that was designed so that we fail. And we can continue to enjoy the riches. That doesn't mean things can't change. Yeah. There's enough money to go around. They trying to make you feel like there's no resources, like there's not enough, but there's plenty. There's plenty. How is it that we're supposed to be the richest, bestest country and all of that? But when you travel, you kind of realize that that's not true or whatever. But you know, it's there's definitely enough here to go around because they can change. Yo, shout out to Vision GC, man. Appreciate you. HK pulling up. ICA, thank you for pulling up. Careful with red cars. I don't know what that means. Um, um boom, clutch and stick. All right. It's not even about the money. It's about changing the design of the system to make it, yes, sustainable, so that a little goes a long way. One of the things, here we go. Here's one way that we're failing ourselves in the government. And here's one way that we are failing ourselves, and it's not necessarily the government failing us. Like government shutdown is over. and Vision GC. How many times do we have to have a government shutdown before the people start looking around and being like, yo, why the fuck do we even have government shutdowns in the first place? Think about it. Think about it. Like now the government's over, everything's back to normal. Everybody forgot that government shutdowns happen. Why does it happen? Like, shouldn't we stop that? Shouldn't we be like, shouldn't the people, like people like to turn up, like that'd be a great thing to turn up over. You know what I mean? Like that'd be a great thing, but everybody's like sheep. Everybody's reactive and not proactive. Like we're reacting to a government shutdown when we don't really even need a government shutdown. Like you said, Vision, let's just change the entire system so that way government, or make it so that when we do have government shutdowns, they don't get paid either. Why couldn't we do that? Why couldn't we do that? And then the people that don't want to do that, we put them on blast. Like we protest in front of their houses, or we talk about it 24/7. Like, why couldn't we do that? Like, how is it that all of this energy, like people go, I see the No Kings protest or whatever. Like there should be a specific, like, because people are too broad. Like the message gets lost. Like that's why I hated. Actually, I don't even want to get too thick. Like when you go out there and you protest and you're asking for 50 million things, bro, niggas is just like, that's them again. But if you go out there and you turn up, you're like, yo, nah, this is this one thing that we really care about. And we're not gonna give up. And then you'd have to think to yourself, who would be against it? Only the politicians. The only people that would be against a government shutdown happening like ever, like the only people that would be against changing the system as it is right now would be the politicians. We literally got an issue that every single American, and if you don't, bro, you're weird, bro. If you like government shutdown, something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? We have we literally all agree government shutdowns suck, and at the bare minimum, politicians shouldn't get paid, but like we shouldn't even go through that anyway. That's not even enough. Forget that. Like we should not go through government shutdowns, period. Figure it out. We put you there. You're supposed to be the best and brightest. We all got together and we said, hey, we're going to vote you in there because you got something that we don't got. So make it work. But when nobody's going to do that, not one person. Not one person. Everybody's now, oh, government shut down. Hey, TSA's back. Like what? But wait until 3 months from now. 3 months, 6 months, whatever the next quarter is. Oh, my bad. We are allowing the government to fail us by not pressing the government, and that's all I'm trying to say. Vision, we're not pressuring them. You know what it is? No. You know what's crazy? You see how they got us? Oh man, I see what they mean by sheep, because we only put pressure on the things they want us to put pressure on. Like think about it, right? Government shutdown is shut down because of healthcare, right? Healthcare premiums. They want to put the pressure, like they want us to put the pressure on politicians to open up the government instead of putting the pressure on politicians to give you healthcare benefits as well. You understand? You get what I'm saying? Because the excuse me, because the government is shut down because they don't want to subsidize healthcare premiums, and some people don't want to pay more because of other people's getting healthcare subsidized. So those people that are paying more, the politicians want those people to be mad at the poor people instead of being mad at the politicians that they're not getting subsidized as well. So it's just like we put pressure on the government for what they want us to put pressure for. So no, we don't put pressure on the government. We put pressure on party. So we're gonna put the pressure because we at a point in time now we're looking at everybody as an enemy. We're looking at everybody as, oh, you're on the other side. We got smoke with you. So it's like we putting the pressure on our fellow Americans as opposed to putting pressure on the whole system as a whole. You understand? Damn, my bad, bro. Let me get your comments in. We are allowing the government to fail. Yep, by not pressing them. I went to CD meetings and City Hall. Some good ideas going on in this live. Start a call line. Oh, how do I do that? I probably got to be. I'm not on my desktop. I'm on my niggas is in a bed right now. I'm not even gonna hold because YouTube pushes the videos on the vertical shit. I don't know, but maybe I can't. Or like, oh, you know, there was a way people could join the live. I forgot how they. At least maybe they stopped that. People will protest everything except the things that actually matter. Exactly. People like and subscribe. Oh, Dharma, what up, Dharma? Dharma agents in the building. Yo, Dharma, I ain't seen you in a hot minute. What's shaking, Dharma? Shout out to Dharma agent, man. Big shout out to you. A1 day one right there. No, people will protest, like, and that's what I mean. They're cutting off their nose to spite their face. You know what I mean? And that's a problem, bro. Like I said, man, this country's reactive, not proactive. If we voted based on the if we voted based on the brightest and best, Stephen Hawking would have been president. Yeah, yeah, that's true. And you know what we actually, nah, yeah, you got a point, because earlier I said, yeah, we figured that, but no. You know what it is? Nah, but you know what? In their minds, this is the best. Like, the best person to be a politician when Trump. This is how Trump got. The reason why Trump is the is a president right now is because people said the best person for the job is someone that's not a politician. You understand? But if we're the greatest country, best country in the world, we should literally have just the smartest person, or like somebody who went to political, you know what I mean? Who went to school for this, who knows about this. Like, those should be the people. But nah, bro, like, people are more simple than that. You feel me? Yeah, no, Vision can't miss. He on a roll. Watermelon. Is that trolling? Is that like because I'm black? I'm not sure, but listen. I like the trolls. I like the engagement. Hey, we're gonna run it up. When I go look at the analytics, they're gonna show all of your comments, and it doesn't know if it's watermelons or not. So thank you for boosting the live. I appreciate it. And for those of y'all who doing social media, that's something to keep in mind too. You know what I mean? Everything is engagement. You know what I mean? You can't fail as long as you're not like, until you get to a certain point. Then your audience is a little bit more niche, not niche, but like whatever. But shout out to the trolls or whatever. Keep the engagement going up. The views run up, and I appreciate it. They're trolling. Yeah, I figured. But let them troll. You know what I mean? Let them do it. Let the comment. I remember I was arguing with a guy. Yo, let me tell you. Whenever somebody goes on my video, side note, whenever somebody goes on my videos and I can tell they're trolling, I literally just go underneath their comment. Yo, don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what I mean? I'm literally using them to my benefit. So it's not but I let them think they get, you know what I mean? I let them think I'm upset and all that stuff just to get the engagement going. Sometimes you need it, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's good. That must be the government. I am from the government. Who is this? Oh, I can't even say. I am from the government. All right. Oh, actually, you know what that reminds me? The government has a lot of bots. Actually, yeah. And I know this for a fact, at least over there on TikTok, the government has a whole lot of bots. Like they are trying to. Oh man, that's how you know we're sheep too, because a lot of the opinions you see in the comment section, a lot of the opinions you see out and about, these aren't real people. You know what I mean? And I kind of had to learn that, and that's why I still engage with them or whatever, because I'm like, whatever, but it's like they're not real. A lot of these people aren't real. They're just there to kind of change the narrative. I'm almost positive politicians pay for bots, just like artists do. You understand? They see us talking about some real ish, and they want to just. Oh yes, that's another thing. That's another thing on my life, and I learned because I've been doing this long enough. Like, you know how they be like, yo, you're not doing something right if you don't have haters. That's a real fact on my life. That is a 100% fact. If you're really speaking to some real ish, or if you're doing something good, if you're good at what you do, what they do is they come in and then they try to troll and take you off your pivot. And I'm not really sure why, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with the fact that, like, you're touching a real nerve on something that they disagree with. But if the same way somebody really, really disagrees with you, somebody else really, really, really agrees with you. Nobody is going to nobody's going to like you for everything you do. You know what I mean? Like, so you're going to have haters if you have lovers. You know what I mean? That's just the name of the game. And unfortunately, the haters come first, but that's how you know you're doing something right. You know what I mean? I learned that really, really early on. You know what I mean? Like, when I go on my analytics, it's gonna show me all of these comments. It's gonna be like, yo, you had this many comments, and then they're gonna bump my life. It's all algorithm. You know what I mean? So they're gonna be like, oh, okay, shit, niggas is engaging. All right, well, let's bump them up a little bit. That's what they're gonna do. So that's why I let them rock. They see, but you're right, Vision. You're right. You're absolutely right. When you really speak in that speak, or you're doing something right, or like maybe like I speak well, maybe I'm touching, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm touching a nerve or whatever. They try and knock you off. You know what I mean? You just gotta use it to your advantage. That's what martial arts is about. Like you're using someone else's you're using someone else's like velocity and energy against themselves. You know what I mean? And it works every time. It works every time. Like you could have saw the watermelons and turned the conversation about race instead of core issues. Like you could exactly. You know what I mean? But instead, so this is how you flip it. Actually, I like that. This is how you flip it, right? So you get a troll. And then you just enlighten people and you motivate them and tell them, hey, listen, trolls means you're doing something good. This is a good thing. So this is how you flip. This is, oh man, Vision. Hold on, Vision. Yo, can you subscribe? Yo, bro, you got a channel? What's up, Vision? Vision is on it. That's bars. This is how you do it. And I do this all the time on social media or whatever. But you know what happens too, though? Sometimes people think, you know what's another thing, though? Because people are so thing by numbers. Like I'm over here, like I don't got numbers. Because the shit that I really want to do, the shit I got planned, like 20K is like, what? You know what I mean? Like, nigga, I need 20 million subscribers or whatever. But anyways, I say, when people think you have a certain like you have like numbers or shit like that, like when you respond to certain things, it like everybody else looks like everybody wants to see you fall. Like everybody, like people only like you on your come up, but then when they feel like you're making it, they don't want to see you make it or whatever. They don't want to really see you move and groove and actually dominate the space that you're in or whatever. So sometimes you can't come off condescending, and that's the lesson I learned in the hard way or whatever. Like you can't like I could engage with this person and be like, yo, nigga, fuck you, da da da. But then there's gonna be a bunch of people like, yo, why are you even talking to this person? You know what I mean? But instead, I use that energy and I talk to y'all about it. You know what I mean? And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. For real, man. But yeah, man, that's it. I think I hear doo-wop. Oh shit, man, niggas is out of here. Anyway, 46 minutes. That makes sense. 8 likes. Oh, okay, cool. Shout out to y'all. I'm out of here, man. Big shout out to yo Vision, man. Shout out to you. Yo, you should follow me on TikTok. Cause then, like, you know what I mean, we can engage in all of that shit or whatever. Cause you've been keeping this live jumping. I'm not even gonna hold you. Vision and who's that? IC? I don't know what ICDC College. ICA is on it too, man. Appreciate y'all, man. For real. It only takes a few people, you know what I mean? For real. Oh, Eaton. This is the era that people must overthrow the government, but instead we get divided and distracted. Yes, but that's on purpose, because they don't want us to overthrow the government. When you keep the people divided, then the people are worried about overthrowing other people just like them. It's the crab in the barrel mentality. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, we all in the same situation. But if they make you feel like you're better than the other person, then you're not going to go after the real enemy, or at least the real person that's holding you back, or at least the real person. I shouldn't even say that because I don't like that rhetoric. The person that you should hold accountable. And instead, like, you're never going to hold the politician accountable for you not having healthcare subsidies. They got us so divided that you're going to hold the person who can't afford healthcare responsible for what you got going on. You understand? So who's that? Ian? Nah, Ian, you right. But that's what it's meant to do. Straight up and down. Word. Yeah, nah, that's a fact. You know what I mean? I subbed. We got to keep the ball rolling. Hey, shout out. Salute to you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Please subscribe, follow. I'm on all type of platforms. You know what I mean? I got my little TikTok thing jumping off. We running it up over there. Instagram, I'm trying to figure it out over there. And, you know, YouTube, we getting it. Stream schedule. I know, dog. I need a screen. I need that. Okay. You know what? Here. Because I've been meaning to do it. I'm just so busy. I got a lot going on in my life right now. Oh man, wait till I tell. Whew, man, I can't even. Anyways, streaming schedule. Today's what? Monday? No, today's not Monday. God damn, what day is today? Oh my gosh, I've been working so. Oh no, today's Tuesday because I told them I was. No, today's definitely Monday. What am I talking about? Today's Monday. This is what I'm gonna do. Every other day. So Monday. So tomorrow I won't be live. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. How about that? Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Sometime after 5 o'clock, you can catch me live. I should write this down on the calendar. Actually, I'll write it down on the calendar when I'm done because that's the only real way. Because it's almost like a waste. Because it's almost like, damn, bro, you be cooking, but when you don't have a stream schedule, like I won't get the momentum that I need. Like I know how this social media shit work, and I'm kind of like shooting myself in the foot by just randomly going on stream at random points of time because people like you want to know when y'all could. Wait, today's two. No, today's not Tuesday. Oh yeah, because yesterday was a holiday. No. Oh no, today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. I'm bugging. Yesterday was Monday. So today's Tuesday. It's the holiday that got me messed up because I told the lady I was gonna start on Tuesday. Yeah. So it would be. Nah, I still like Wednesday. So I'll be. You know, I'll because I tomorrow. Yeah. I still like Wednesdays. I still like that because Mondays is it be a little bit light for me. So Mondays be light. Wednesdays I'd be busy, but I'm gonna make the time. Because it's almost like you're washing your hands and then dirtying them again. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. So Mondays after 5, and I'm gonna post this in my community too. Oh God, I pray to God I stick with it. Mondays after 5, Wednesdays after 5, and Fridays I'll definitely be here guaranteed because Fridays is lit. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays after 5, between 5 and 8, y'all are gonna catch me live. And I'm gonna put that in my community section. And I appreciate who was that Vision for asking me to schedule because that's important. That's important. I gotta do that or whatever. Because I don't make the long form videos anymore because I'm so busy. I don't have time for it. I'm working. I got a lot to do. I got a lot going on. So I gotta get it with the stream. The government playing with your brain. If you start, I wouldn't mind collaborating to talk about ideas. Word to Big Bird. All right, say that. Say less. Say less. Say less. So you know what we'll do. So like I said, I'm when I pull up, you pull up, we engage, and then like I'm gonna figure out how to like we can get you on here and we could chop it up, man. Yeah, for sure, man. That's dog. I remember begging people to come up on my streams. You have mods. I do got mods. Like I do got mods. But here I can make you one. Yeah, boom. You're a mod. Manage. Manage moderator. Standard moderator can review and remove chat. Man, I'll make you a mod, but don't delete chats. And I'll make Vision a mod too, but don't delete chats unless there's unless they're saying something crazy, like add as a moderator. Standard mod. All right, so Vision and ICA, both of y'all are mods. So I don't know what that does or whatever, but hopefully you get the notification when I'm on live, and then we could chop it up for real, for real. Do you have Discord? No, come on, bro. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm in my mid-30s. I don't have Discord. I never had it, but I should. I said the same thing about TikTok. But anyways, all right, y'all. Time for me to skirt up out of here, man. Your boy hungry. 52 minutes is way past my streaming time capabilities, man. I'm about to skirt. Yo, thank you for our bar with the watermelons, man. Appreciate the engagement. You know the vibes. Like and subscribe at the same damn time.